welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. We're breaking down all the news from San Diego Comic Con. Before we start here, I just want to give a big shout out to ToyArk, toyark.com. Shout out to Paternia on Instagram, Isaac Wong Toys, Wayne Collectors, Robo Don't Know, all those homies that have been posting, images from the con floor and from the booths that are out there. So really, really want to appreciate you guys. We're going to leave a link down below to all those friends. Make sure you guys check them out, give them a follow on Instagram, and make sure you're always checking out, you're getting your news from toyark.com. All right, so Hasbro announced a new Haslab. This one is
a Star Wars Haslab. Son of a.
Sorry. Yeah, we're getting the LAAT Gunship. It is going to be vintage collection. Thought I'd throw this in here just to talk about it. It's a Haslab. Yeah, no Black Series, Josh. I'm sorry.
Dude, what is this now? Like, let's see. Vintage collection. We've gotten Razor Crest, Jabba's Sail Barge.
Yeah.
What else?
The Cantina.
Is that it?
That's it. I think that's it.
So 3. So there's the fourth one. It's a good amount for vintage collection. That's a good amount.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Razor Crest. Yeah, Razor Crest, Sail Barge.
Cantina. Oh, and they did Ghost, too. Ghost.
Oh, and the Ghost. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so, and, we're getting this LAAT gunship. Let's take a look at it here. It's nice and big. It's bigger than, let me see if I have a picture. Yeah, here we go. So this is the 2002 Republic gunship toy that they previously, 2013 toy that they previously released. And so just kind of get a little bit of a bigger, bigger, 20% bigger on that, from that figure, from that toy that was previously released. Here's a little in hand there. Looking cool, dude. I love the design of this ship too, man. The LAAT is one of my favorites. That with the ARC 170s, probably the best ships during the Republic times. Missiles, dude. I love the little missiles accessories. You get the pilots, you get the little turret, the ball turret thing that can be removable or attached. Your choice. The back door, bay doors open. You get missiles underneath. Yeah, dude. All the fun turrets everywhere. You do get different paneling, dude. I like this little touch here. You get the Shoelacious Crumb there. You get the Kit Fisto Bomb, dude. So I love the different paneling because that's something that the clones did. The fully ball, a turret there, a little storage area, and you get the flight / hovering stand is what they're calling it. So, all right, Josh.
I think this looks absolutely phenomenal, and something that it also makes me think back to the Snowcat. Something that I wanted to see from that G.I. Joe Snowcat was some sort of weathering, some sort of paint apps, especially at a Haslab price point. And you can see here the vintage collection has done that. You're getting paint apps throughout. Like there's splatters, scrapes, scuffs on every single part of this gunship. And so they added a lot of value. Like look at that. That to me is a lot of detail. You can look at all that, even right there. Scuffing, weathering. This thing has seen battle. Whereas like that Snowcat that we got from the GI Joe, I mean, I still ordered it because I'm a sucker, but it's so clean. And it's like, how can you charge such a premium price and not add? There's literally zilch paint apps on that Snowcat. There's zilch.
Right, it's clean. Yeah, it's clean.
And so it's like, this is what I needed to see. Shout out to the vintage collection for not skimping on the paint apps because there's a lot to it. Is you don't want to overdo it, but they did just enough to where it adds a lot of realism to it, especially that in-hand shot where he's holding it. That looks so beautiful to me. One thing, it could be the lighting, and it could be just different references because these appear in the Clone Wars and then they appear in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
But from my preference and from my recollection, could be the lighting because here it looks kind of better. The colors look very dull in the in-hand shots. That red and green, go back to that picture where he's holding in hand, looks very dull. And it could be just the lights are too bright because I'm not going to trust the digital render. Because that digital render is a digital render. That's not how the colors are going to be. I'm more going to lean towards the actual in-hand shot. And so I hope they kind of address it. Because not only do they look not bright enough, but they look dull. They look very dull. So I need some more saturation. They need to add some more saturation in the ink. And like I said, it also could be that that's how it is kind of in Attack of the Clones because they're on the desert. And the desert kind of makes everything desaturated.
Nah, this photo's washed out. Like you can tell it's very overexposed. So these
I hope, yeah.
No, you can tell
because yeah, it's very dull.
Like look how white these whites are. This is overexposure. So whoever they're just
that guy's yeah.
They're just taking pictures. So this is overexposed. I don't think I agree. Like this is a digital
render. We can't trust that because that's digital render. So hopefully we'll see more
in hands,
more pictures, more angles. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, no, really cool there. Let's hit you with the price point on this, Josh. The price point is going to be $450 for
Go
this
back to
one.
the dimensions for me.
Yes.
Let's see, guys. So $450, that's a very steep price point because I think the Razor Crest I think was only 350 around there, and I mean the Ghost was 500, I believe,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
around there. So it's a little bit under the Ghost, right? 450.
Yep.
So let's see, 28 inches in length, so a little over 2 feet,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
10 inches, about a foot height, and then the
Just
width, of course, the width. That's a good width. 450. I don't know. I don't know because what's even crazy too, like we don't collect vintage collection, but we're big fans of this ship design, and I love the Clone Wars, and I feel like they definitely picked the right ship to do. Right, this is prequel trilogy's hot right now, guys. It's hot. You can't. I mean, Hasbro knows it. Hasbro
yeah.
knows you cannot touch prequel trilogy when it comes to selling merch. So the perfect ship. It's the most iconic ship I think from the Clone Wars and the prequels.
Yeah.
So, but 450, I don't know. I really don't know because how much is that Snowcat? How much did we say the Snowcat was? Do you
The
remember?
Snowcat was like three something.
325. Snowcat was 325, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm checking right now.
I feel like those are kind of comparable in size. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And it's hard for me to judge and gauge the price just because I don't collect vintage collection.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah,
but
325 is
this
a
does
steep one.
seem steep. From a Black Series 6-inch collector looking in, this does seem very steep for what you're getting.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's go ahead and check out the tiers here. So the base offering is everything you see in this photo. So you get the different paneling, the bay doors can be open and closed, all the little
Nice.
missiles, the two different stands to create a flight stand and a hovering stand because it doesn't have landing gear. And then you get the two pilots. Okay.
I do like that flight stand. Something I would like to see in the accessories is maybe somehow do a translucent green piece that could be ported
Uh,
into the turrets. That would have been
all
cool, I think.
turrets. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been
just some
cool.
actual like because we see with like the GI Joe, they have a lot of blast effects, to
That's
show it in
true. Yeah,
action, and
that's
so
true.
it would have been cool to have that.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk tiers here. So they need 8,000 backers. They're currently 2,330 with 42 days left on that. This went ahead on, they had their 45 days. It's kind of so first tier is going to be Coleman Terabor. It's going to be a
That's gas, man. That's gas,
vintage.
guys. That's the best tier. Are you kidding me?
He's the
Coleman
dino.
Trevor, dude.
He's the dino guy, right? With the fin.
I need a
Um,
black series of that guy. Holy
that's
crap.
10,000 backers. So 2,000 additional more from the base offering. Next up, you get Say 10.
I know
Love
that. That's
that.
good. Good.
Gotta, yeah, like, yeah, I need that in Black Series. And then don't be confused, my friends. It's not Ekoth, it's Agent. Let's see this. How do you say this?
Agent Kolar.
Agent. Okay, yeah, Agent Kolar.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
say 10 is at 12,000, additional 10,000 or 2,000, and then Kolar at 14. Sorry, at 16,000. It's a little bit of a bigger jump there at 4,000 more.
Okay.
So yeah, the Jedi's are the tiers. All figures, vintage collections, not giving you patches or anything like that. But yeah, and then so yeah,
Great overall tiers because it's figures, which we all want, right? In any scale Haslab you want,
right.
actual figures as tiers. It just sweetens the pot so much. And I love that they didn't do Mace Windu, Yoda, Obi, Anakin. I love that they did these really niche Jedi because the person who's going to be
Yeah,
purchasing this at $450 is a diehard Star Wars fan. They have an Anakin, they have a Yoda. They don't need those, even though those guys ride in the gunship in the movie and we see them a
right,
lot.
right,
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 we
right.
don't see freaking Agent Kolar that much in the gunship. He just drops down and then does his thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, the great choices I think for the tiers.
yeah.
Nothing to complain there.
Excuse me, correction. Tier 3 is 14,000 backer. It's not 16.
That's good.
But
That's
yeah,
good.
dude, I need a Stacey 10 in Black series, man. But this tells me that they're making a vintage collection. Maybe it's going to show up in Black series.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that price point though, dude, I was so excited about this. I saw that and I was like, oh, I need that gunship. Got onto Haslab, got onto HasbroPulse.com, looked at the price, was like, nope, I'm out. I'm priced out at this. Like, as much as I love this vehicle, and it's very iconic, it's something that I grew up with, and it's a beautiful design. And even Gendy did his version with the cool B-52 bomber, Rancor. I can't remember what beast they painted on the side of it. Yeah, 450 is not. It's not for me.
I mean, I would say, like, thinking back to it, it's kind of par for the course though, because like the Ghost was $500, which is ridiculous. Razor Crest, I think, was like 350. So I think it's still within the price range of what they've been charging. One thing I think though that is to their detriment is actually including that picture that you showed us, saying that, oh, this gunship is 20% bigger from the 2013 one. Now, when I remember that like I remember seeing that in stores. Like I remember seeing that
Yeah.
2013 gunship at my Toys R Us, be like, oh man, I need that, dude. And I swear, I think probably was only like $100. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
remember the exact
Yeah.
price on it, but I remember it just being dirt cheap. Now, of course, there is inflation, but regardless of inflation, I think the potentially 4x price. Look up the price for that for me.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Regardless of the 4x price increase for only a 20% bigger gunship. Now, of course, scaling is exponential, but still, that gunship is actually a really good size for 3 3/4 inch figures. Like I remember seeing it and it didn't scale terribly.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably more accurate. It 100% is more accurate to scale, but it's not like a crazy big difference from that 2013 toy. But the price is a crazy big difference.
Right. So I found the Gendy version so the gunship with the Gendy paint apps on it. If in box, this is in box. The box is a little bit damaged, but in box, 275.
No, I saw some. I'm thinking more like in 2013, how much it retailed for, if you could find
Oh,
that.
the retail price
Yeah,
of
because
the
that's different. Because that's factoring in, nostalgia. That's pricing in nostalgia and just because it's a vintage toy now. But yeah, like I would assume it's probably $100 when it was retail 2013, that gunship. So like that's what's kind of crazy. Like you can't. I think like let's say I am right, and it's around $100 from 100 to 450 just for a 20% increase in size. That's not all inflation. That's also just I don't know what, but it's definitely not attributed all to inflation, that price increase.
All right, the retail price was 120 in
See, I was
2013.
close, baby. I was close. I told you. That's what I'm saying. Like basically a 4x. Because if you 4x 120, that's like 480. So
Yeah. You know what the average price is right now for it?
what?
$715.
Yeah. Okay. Might as well get the Haslab actually at this
Might
point.
as
Never
well
mind.
get the
Never mind.
Haslab.
Haslab's a steal. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But I'm saying like, yeah, like that ship is
Yeah.
so large for the $120, and we know, guys, we know there's inflation, but the
Right, yeah.
450 price jump is a lot
It's
for
a, it's a big
20%
jump.
bigger.
Yeah, for 20%. And potentially more playability. I don't know what the original toy had regards to like
True.
playability.
You're right.
And
Definitely going to
plastic
have better
quality
paint
might
apps.
be different.
Better paint apps.
Different paint apps, yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting move to add that. But yeah, I'm out on this. Josh, what are you thinking? Maybe?
Dude, you know me. I'm a sucker for Clone Wars. I'm a sucker for Star Wars. But I, you know what? It's hard for me actually now because it's like I have no attachment really to the Snowcat, but it's in my skill that I collect.
Right,
Whereas
right,
like this, I love this ship, but it's not in a skill I collect. So I'm like wondering, like, do I get the Snowcat or do I get this? Do you know what I'm
right.
saying? But no, I can't. I don't collect vintage collections, so I'm not gonna get it. Even if they even if it was like a good price too, it would be hard to justify it. But then like you could use it as a centerpiece, especially because that flight stand. I seen when people put the Razor Crest on that flight stand, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful. Like it's like got this perfect tilt. Like
Tilt,
it's like
yeah,
and it's like
yes.
in the flying in the air. It just
Yeah.
gives it a nice
The
presence.
bank.
Yeah, yeah, the bank shot, baby. It just gives it a good presence. So even if like I was thinking like, yeah, you could just display it in your room just as that. Who cares if you don't click vintage?
Yeah.
But 450. Now, I'd rather take two. Honestly, I'd rather take two Star Wars Hot Toys. I feel like
Okay,
that's
okay.
for me. It's even higher quality detail, and it's still Star Wars. I'd rather, even if I'm gonna go venture out a 6-inch scale, I take two Hot Toys, which would be the same price.
And you can always get that Micro Galaxy LAAT, right?
I got it. I got it. I got it.
All right, friends. Let us know down below what your thoughts are on this Haslab. Let us know if you're getting one. If you're not, love to hear. Let's get that conversation going.
What do you think though is going to be the next Star Wars Haslab
Oh,
robot,
okay.
like for vintage collection?
Or vintage?
Yeah, because the problem is, I feel like
I don't
within
know,
if you
man.
want Black Series or Vintage Collection HasLab, you're restricted to a certain size of ship. Like you can't do the Falcon, even though you'd want to do the
Yeah,
Falcon, how iconic it is. Even at Vintage Collection scale, Falcon, I don't think
it's huge, man.
would
That's
work.
huge.
I don't know. It could maybe
I
like a
mean,
$700 slab, but
yeah. Oh my god.
there
If we
was Unicron, so
That's true. That was early Haslab though. Like, that was a different time. If we talk about like where they're just kind of going into prequels, there are a few ships they could do. One boring choice I think would be like the droid tank that disperses, the battle droids, the B1 droids.
The MTT.
Yeah, so one of those. It's a little boring, but that'd be cool.
To be honest, I don't think that'd be boring. I think people would
Okay.
eat that up. MTT would be a good decision, especially you could do a lot with that. And not only that, but you can also do the separatist blue MTT.
Yeah, yeah. Another one could be if we again stick to the prequels, we do one of the Naboo underwater ships. That'd be fun. It's a little smaller, but I
That'd be
think it'd be
fun, but
fun.
not the right choice.
Okay,
Not
okay.
iconic enough. Not iconic enough. You want them to do the freaking Gungan sub that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are
Yeah,
in?
yeah.
The Gungan sub.
I'm
I'll tell you
just
right now.
throwing out
That one
ideas
is
here.
that's too small, I think,
Okay,
actually. Gungan
I
sub
would
is a little you can get that we can get that Black Series
I
Gungan
would
sub.
like some of the smaller ships personally. Like the Arc 170 is one of my favorite
Right, but they
ships.
they can solicit those just regularly for 150,
Yeah, like the
It's
new
not a Haslab.
Naboo Starfighter. Yeah, I like
Nah, not Haslab. Because
exactly.
they
Yeah,
just released Mando's N1 Starfighter
yeah,
regularly.
exactly. Yeah, which is a Naboo Starfighter. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what else they could do at that size. They could do like some spider droids. I don't know, or not the spider walkers or whatever. I don't
See,
know.
that one wouldn't be good though because there's no room for playability. There's no room to put your
Yeah,
figures in, so that's not a good choice either. You can't like, to be honest, you'd probably pick the only separatist vehicle that would be good as a HasLab because of the capabilities of play features. Any other separatist vehicle, I feel like would not work with a HasLab. I
Hellfire
think
droid.
no, see, it's a droid. There's no cockpit. The
Yeah.
only separatist vehicle they could do is the MTT. So straight up, you got it right on the money. MTT, that's a good one. I like that.
What do you think? What do you think they'll make next one? Because they're not always relegated to ships too. They could do like a playset,
Playset.
like a cantina.
Yeah, Cantina was
I
sick.
would
I
even
think you're right.
consider like Jabba's sail barge a playset.
That would be sick to go along with sail bars. That'd be sick. If we're talking playsets, dude, give me Dexter's Diner.
Oh, does Dexter come
Yeah,
with
I
a butt
got you.
crack
I
though?
got you. You
Does
thought it was good. Tell me that's not a good idea. Dexter's
I
Diner.
don't know. If Dexter comes with a butt crack, yes. If there's a sculpted butt crack, then yes.
Because I don't think there's actually a vintage collection figure of Dexter. So to get Dexter's Diner with the exclusive Dexter figure, how sick would that be, dude? Dude,
I don't know
Dexter's
about
Diner,
that
give
one.
me that.
Okay, Dexter's Diner.
Dexter's Diner's playset.
Man, yeah. It'd be cool to do like a Jedi Council room.
That would be nice.
That'd be
Yes,
fun. There's
be
a little
nice.
playset. Yeah, that'd be kind
Yeah.
of cool. And like cheap because the whole thing's very symmetrical and repetitive.
Hmm.
You just
Especially because you are already in Vintage Collection, they already have all the figures for it. Yeah, that'd be nice.
yeah. Do they has Vintage done the long neck? Got the long
No,
neck.
see, and that's what would be the tier that, and then the really furry guy.
Yeah, they really forgot this.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a worm, dude. He's a
yeah,
worm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do that, and then
Yeah.
Yaddle is the other tier. Yeah, yeah.
Yaddle. Holy smokes, dude. It takes me back to Tales of the Jedi. Not Tales of the Jedi.
It's so good. That's so good. It's such a good episode.
That Yaddle
Yeah,
cooks.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Let us know, guys, down below what you guys think as well as what maybe what you want to see from Vintage Collection or maybe your predictions and stuff. We always love hearing from. All right, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up our coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. Thank you again to all of our friends that sharing posters again. I think Toy News International, Toy Shiz, Paterni, Isaac Wong, Toys, Wayne Collectors, In Pursuit of Toys. I mean, I could go on and on. Robo Don't Know. Thank you all for posting pictures and lets us get to kind of live vicariously through you. We really appreciate you guys. And toyarc.com, guys. Get your news from toyarc.com. We love them. As always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.